Hi guys, this is Zach Lope back in another episode of Leigionwood 2, Rise of the Eternals Realm. So it took me several hours, but I've advanced Lionel and Felix to 38, Ophelia to level 32, and Khan is now level 28, and I believe he started off at like 20. This is getting a little easier, but it's still... God, the level up system in this is unforgiving. It really is. Also, off screen, I stole all of the hydrificators, whatever they're called. As many of them as I could carry. I have 99 of them right now. So Felix officially doesn't have to steal anything until the boss fight in this dungeon. There is a boss fight. And again, that's not really a surprise. The dungeons usually have boss fights. Okay, this is stupid. The sound of a gate opening can be heard from deeper in the dungeon. I wonder if you can see what changes. It was the spikes. The gate didn't... There was no gate. It's just silly. So yeah, luckily I can focus all of my strength onto just beating up these grells, because the grells hurt, man. They hurt a lot. I wish I could one-shot him. Fortunately, that's still not an option for me. At least I'm dealing a ton of damage now. I made this slightly easier on myself. I'm gonna leave the worm... What is it called? Sewer worm, yeah. I'm gonna leave the worm to the other two. To Lionel and Khan. Because it's not weak to electricity. Electricity still works on it. Perfectly fine. But it's not weak to it. Khan leveled up again. And now... Sound of a drawbridge lowering echoes from across the canal. Okay, wait, I just read that and totally got confused. The sound of a drawbridge lowering echoes from across the canal in front of you. Honestly, if we had like one square to the right, we would see it. You can see it. You don't need the sound. Anyway. These back and forth dungeons are kind of silly. Not a huge fan of them. There we go. Yep, definitely a lot faster than it was before. Pretty sure of that at least. Well, see, this is the one of the reasons why I don't like back and forth dungeons. I level up a lot, but this game tends to take it to an extreme. What I mean by that is I don't typically mind grinding, but I just sit here for hours and barely make any progress. This game really takes it to an extreme. I don't know if that was intentional or not. Here's the drawbridge. At least we'll be able to get out of here. Pretty soon, anyway. Here we are. This is the deepest part of the sewer system. The monster that's causing all the fuss should be right here in this pool. Oh, look, here it comes now. Wow, this thing's huge. It's called a rune shell. Usually they are peaceful creatures, but this one's been driven mad by the Eternal Gate. So, yeah, that volcano over there that's just starting to erupt, I definitely believe that there's a monster in that volcano who's getting mad. The Sahagins worship it as their god, which explains why they've been more hostile than usual lately as well. Most of Antamon's warriors would see the prospect of fighting this thing as a great test of courage, so let's get down to business.
Remember, though, I'm watching you. If you can't hold your own in this fight, you won't be worth anything against the Eternal Gates. Not that I care either way.
Enough talking. Let's hurry up and kill this thing. We'll show you what we can do. So, this thing... I forget if it has anything to steal. Yeah, it does. Oh, fantastic. I thought I was ready. I guess not. So this thing reminds me of... She learned something, but I didn't quite catch what it was. It reminds me of the Chinese constellations. There's 5 of them, I believe. Or at least 5 big ones. One's a dragon, one's a tiger, one's a firebird. Do you have something? Yeah, oh, I haven't even stolen anything from you. Why am I asking that? Okay, come on, Felix. I need to get it. And then the final one... Well, then there's one in the center, which is another dragon. And the final one is a turtle and a snake. I think. It's kind of confusing, because I think sometimes it's seen as a turtle, sometimes it's seen as a snake, and sometimes it's seen as a turtle with a snake wrapped around it. Did I try this again? Okay. I can only wonder if this is a reference to that. I need to be healing more. Alright, Felix, you better hurry, because we're gonna kill this thing if you don't hurry up. Come on! And that's if we don't die first. Okay, shell plating. Now I need to check if it has something else. Lionel's just gonna be healing, because this thing does a ton of damage. That's it. That's all it has. Fantastic. As if the single target damage wasn't enough. Okay. It's resistance against physical. Oh boy. Healing light and Ophelia. He's definitely gonna be healing more. Oh my god. Pretty much everyone needs healing right now. Okay, good. We are out. We got a title generator. After farming those for so long, I get one more. Oh, it feels like an insult. So is that good enough for you? Have we passed the test?
Your talent in combat is quite impressive, that much I will admit. You'll be quite a helpful asset to my king. Don't think this changes anything between us, though. As far as I'm concerned, we're better off teaming up with whoever opened the Eternal Gates in the first place than with scum like you.
Well, the feeling's mutual then.
Will things down here normalize now that the rune shell is dead? Won't the Sahagins just be angry we've killed that god?
They won't be too happy with us, but they'll stop venturing out into the streets. Without the rune shell to serve, they have no reason to hunt for human offerings. Of course, it won't take long until a new rune shell finds its way down here, but as long as it remains peaceful, the Sahagins won't be pushed to try and calm it with sacrifices. That, however, is beyond your concern. The king should be finished parleying with your comrades by now. Let's not keep him waiting. There are more important things to do.
Okay, I don't think there's anything else in here. These are the sluice gates that regulate the city's water supply.
If you mess around with them, there will be trouble.
I can't help but wonder if the darker path would have let me mess with those. I'm not even given the option here. Even if they're just decorative, that's fine. Honestly, that's a nice touch that you don't see in a lot of RPGs. little decorative things that you can interact with, but you can't really do anything about them. They're just there. Adds a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? I have no idea. Believability to the story? I don't know. To the world? Who knows? Whatever the case, I'm about to get out of here. I didn't have Lionel heal, I should have. That was only one battle on my way back. Wow, I was expecting a lot more. Can't interact with that. I just want to check the stuff out. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be anything special that I can interact with. I hope you didn't leave anything down there because I'm locking it up tight again. Now let's go to the palace. Don't try anything funny because I still my eye on you. Yep, no need to go down there. I hate being locked off from previous areas. Although I suppose the reason for this one is pretty decent. At least from a storytelling perspective. I don't want your alcohol. I went to the wrong desk. Cause yeah, we don't want people wandering in there, but at the same time we have the key, so I don't see what the big deal is. Oh well. Quite a long sleep sequence. The music's nice, though. I will admit that. Okay. And now we speak with the king.
Your Greatness, we've returned from our quest. The troubles in the sewer have been resolved.
Ah, wonderful. You've all done well, as of course I knew you would. Very well then, Trevelyan's. I shall call for your companions. Time is running out and it is crucial that you know your course of action. Everybody is present and accounted for? Very well, let us begin. Please listen carefully.
My liege, with all due respect, wouldn't it be prudent if I take my leave now? I have done my part, and the mission of these Trevelyan's is no concern of mine.
I'm sorry, Khan, but I wish for you to remain here. Their mission and yours are the one and the same. I thought I said already I wish for you to accompany them. You are my proxy to guide them when I cannot.
But your Greatness, you did not mention... Hedis, I thought I was required only for...
It skipped it itself.
Hush, Khan. I am ordering you to put your differences aside for the time being. If they are to save us from the Eternal Gates, they require your help. Only an Entobian could hope to travel through our land and survive. As my most loyal subject and as a friend, there's nobody else whom I'd rather entrust with such a task of importance.
Travel through our lands, but then that can only mean... I believe...
Oh, that was the wrong voice.
I believe that our scholars here have divined the location of one of the Eternal Gates. Trevelyan's, have you ever heard of Mount Kurgan?
That is the volcano in the mountain range to the north of here, isn't it? I have read that it hasn't erupted in centuries. Still, it is a foreboding place.
You are correct. Mount Kurgan is a great volcano in the northernmost tip of Antobon. It has been dormant for nearly 500 years, though it suddenly burst into activity a few months ago. This, of course, coincided with the increased reports of monster attacks in the area. Recently, one of my mages returned from Pyre Village, a town a short distance from the volcano, and reported that he detected a large concentration of dark energy emanating from the mountains. These are all the same signs that led us to the Eternal Gate underneath the city and the one in Iron Rim as well. There's seemingly no doubt that a gate can be found there.
Well, it's the only lead we have. With your permission, I think we should leave immediately.
Yes, of course. There's no need for us to speak at length, and you already know what to do. Thus, your objective is simple. Journey to Mount Kurgan, find the Eternal Gate within, and vanquish it.
I got a lore shard.
As promised, you are to be entrusted with our Shard of the Sword of Lore, which will give you the ability to close the gate. All you have to do is produce it in close proximity to the Eternal Gate. The shard will begin absorbing the gate's energy until it can manifest no longer. Beware though, while the shard does work, the process seems to take a while to complete. If our enemies know you are coming, you will have to hold them off until the Eternal Gate is closed and vanished. If the shard's magic is interrupted, it may be impossible to attempt to vanquish the gate again. You must guard it with your life.
Of course, it's so simple. I think I know of something that may help. I must look over some text, so we know we're done here. Come and meet me in the library.
That man's mind must be an incredible thing, though I don't know yet whether I would regard that as a blessing or a curse. Anyway, as I already said, Mount Gergen is on the northern edge of Entebon. To get there, you'll need to journey through the Dondaran Wastes. I hope you don't mind the hot desert sun.
Right, a chance to get us suntan and fight monsters all at the same time. This'll be fun.
If you need anything in the way of supplies or text, you'll be able to find it here in the city. If you make a stop at Pyap Village on the way, you'll also be able to get some new equipment. I highly advise being prepared. Oh, and one last thing. Good luck. The lives of the people of Leigionwood are in your hands.
No pressure though, right?
Wait, I wish to speak with you.
What's the problem? Oh,
Okay, my voice just went halfway Felix, halfway King Boris.
what's the problem? I thought you couldn't stand the sight of us.
I wish to make something clear between us if we are to be working together. Whatever happens on this quest, please do not mistake my agreement to help you as friendship. I am coming with you because my king has ordered it, and that is the only reason. I do not care for your motives or your petty ambitions. I do not trust you, and I will revile in the mere notion that you are Leigionwood's heroes.
I don't like this guy. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. I don't like this guy. He rubs me the wrong way. Real bad. Yeah, so what? If you have something to settle, there'll be plenty of time later.
I'm responsible for the deaths of Brennus and Boudica, my two closest friends. While we may be on the same team for now, I will not forget this fact. When all is over, I want you to expect I will attempt to avenge them. It is simple justice.
Who? Oh, you mean the head honchos in Corinth and Iron, right? You just be happy you don't have to smell their awful body odor anymore.
Okay, so while Mr. High and Mighty over here, Khan isn't exactly in the right. In fact, he's definitely not in the right. Felix isn't making this better.
How dare you! They were honorable warriors. I will remember this insult to their memory.
What purpose will this grudge serve, Khan? You should remember you aren't the only one who lost people they cared about. If it wasn't for the invasion of Corinth, then Clara wouldn't have... How do you feel about that, Khan? Your friend is responsible for the death of the woman I was to marry. What is justice now? And here's where Khan immediately left it. Like, I was done with Khan. I hate him.
But your words are meaningless to me, Trevelyan dog. So what if this woman died? She was a dog too. She would have been happy to watch my countrymen die.
I hate Khan. I don't just not like him. I despise him. You're not making me like my newest party member. Okay, so here's the thing. If I was in this position, I don't think I'd ever be in this position because I mentioned before I'm not interested in falling in love or marrying or anything. I've never fallen in love. But if someone insulted someone I cared about really bad, really deeply, I'd probably punch them and regret it later. I'd hate myself for it. But I'd get angry. That's not a good thing to do. That's not a good thing to do. I'd be mad. I know I've had a history of having a bad temper. I've gotten a lot better, but when I was a kid, my temper was terrible. But here, I'm gonna pick the right choice. And I'm gonna say back off, because you don't make this worse. You don't make this worse. You're not worth my time. Obviously, you insist on only seeing one side of the story. Don't ever speak about Clara ever again to me. Next time I won't hold back.
You guys done messing around? We have to meet Marcus in the library and get going. Better not to keep everyone waiting.
But yeah, I do not like Khan. At all. I hate him. Find anything interesting?
Indeed, I figured out what to do at Mount Gurgen. Let's get going. I will reveal it when the time is right.
I have no idea what he's talking about. I have not gotten that far. Despite having played through this portion of the game several times, I've not gotten that far. So I have no idea what to make of that. So with that finished, we will head this way. You know what bugs me? I still have no idea what these ruins over here are on the far left. Those bug me. I hope I can figure them out. It might be only something that happens in the dark side of the story. But hey, if it is, oh well. Anyway, I will see you in the next one, guys. Bye!